All right, this screencast is going to talk about how to take a screenshot, which is a picture of your screen that is saved as an image file using Snipping tool. So that's what we're going to focus on. So let's say, for example, that you have this screen and you want to take a picture of part of it for whatever reason. Let's say we want to get the Unit 2 pretest instructions down here and we want to have them in an image file. So on Windows 7 and Windows 8, there's a tool available called Snipping tool that you can use to do this. And a lot of you guys are using Windows machines, so this should be good for you. So the way that you get to it is if you go down here to the bottom left-hand part of your screen, there's a round Windows button. It's called the Windows button. And if you click on it, there's two ways to do this. You can go to All Programs, and you can find Snipping tool that way, or you can do a search. You can just write in this box, you can start typing snip, and Snipping tool will pop up on your screen. So you'll see it right here in the list. And so that's how you access it. When you click on it, what happens is the screen kind of grays out. Now you have to make sure you're on the screen that you want to take the picture of. Now I'm using two monitors. If you're using two monitors, you can actually take a snip on either monitor using Snipping tool, which is really nice. With print screen, the PRT CRN button on your keyboard, it only takes the primary monitor's screenshot. At least that's what it did for me. That's one reason I don't like that tool. But on Snipping tool, you can choose which monitor you want to take a picture of. Now, here's my primary monitor. This is the one that has what I want to take the picture of. And Snipping tool is already ready to use. I don't have to click on the new button. Although if I did hit cancel like this, you'll notice my screen goes back to full color. I could click new again and go back into the mode where I can take the screenshot. I know I'm ready to take the screenshot because I have a target. It's my mouse pointer right here that's moving. I have a target sign. It's a plus looking sign, and that's going to indicate where I drag to make my picture. Now, this little window here can be moved. So if you need to drag it from its title bar and move it around your screen, you can do that to get it out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start up here at lesson 7, and I'm just going to make a picture of this first part of the lesson, just for no apparent reason. And I'm dragging. What I did was I took my cross, I put it at the upper left-hand part, and you can do the upper right hand or the lower left or lower right. I always start at the upper left if I can, and then I hold down my left mouse button and I drag it to create a square around what I want a picture of on my screen. When I let go of my left mouse button, the image is taken, the screenshot has been taken, and it's stored in a separate area of Snipping tool. Now it's actually inside of the Snipping tool program, and I can see it there. There it is inside of it. Now what's kind of neat about Snipping tool is that it does have an annotation device, so it has a pen and a highlighter. So if you need to mark on something, if for some reason you wanted to circle Unit 2 or something on a screen, you can do that. And if you don't like it, you can erase it and do it again. Or if you want to highlight, you can do that. So I encourage you to play with this tool because it's really cool. And it has just the basics, just the stuff you really need to use. Now, the next thing you want to do is once you get your screenshot in Snipping tool, once you get that image in Snipping tool, you're going to want to save it. Now this is a save button. You can also do a file save as. I like file save as in the sense that you can really tell a computer where you want to store stuff. So you can tell it where you want it to go. Now I don't recommend you use the desktop. I'm just going to use it for this purpose just so you can see how it works. But I hope that you're starting to use folders to organize your files, and I think I'll have that in another screencast later on. I'm going to call this one, let's see, what was this lesson? Oh, Unit 2 pretest. So I'm going to call this Unit 2 pretest just to give it a name. And I might put instructions because that's what I was kind of looking for. And I'm saving it to my desktop in this case, and I'm going to click. Now, one thing before I click the save button I want you to notice is notice the save as type is a JPEG. JPEG is a very common image file. It's almost universal. People can see it using so many different programs. So this is really the best image file to send when at all possible. But you can change it to a GIF or to a PNG. PNG is also very common. I wouldn't do that. You can use the PNG, but I would leave it, if it's at the default of JPEG, I would certainly leave it there or change it to that. That way you have more compatibility with other people's systems and editors. So that's good. So I'm going to hit the save button. Now I'm going to hit the save button, and I'm going to minimize on my windows now. You're going to see right here on my screen, and I'm going to drag it over here so you can see it, unit test pre-test instructions JPG. So this is the image file that was created, the screenshot that was created using Snipping tool. This is the one that then you're going to want to upload to your Dropbox for whatever lesson you're turning it in for. Anytime instructions ask for a screenshot, you do not have to turn in a Word document. I don't require that you take this and paste it into a Word document. All you really need to do is send me that JPEG, because there's no reason to go that further step. But this is a JPEG, and if I double clicked it, it'll actually open in what's called an editor. I use an editor called Microsoft Office Picture Manager. And this, you can edit it and all kinds of stuff, but you don't need to. All you need to worry about is getting that file, storing it in the right place, naming it correctly so that I know what it is and you know what it is, and then uploading that to your lesson Dropbox. All right, I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, be sure and email me. One last thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to say real quick before I turn off the screencast, stop the screencast, is in Windows 8, there's a search feature here. So I just have a picture of this because I'm not using Windows 8, but if you go to the search area of Windows 8 and look for Snipping tool, that will be there.